Hi everybody, RMAP here for eXplorminate, and welcome back to my episode 3 of Stellaris with the expansion MegaCorp. So, let's kick it off. We got our civilian fabricators, thank gosh, because we're going to need those for our consumer goods. Interesting choices you can see here. Powered exoskeletons, which normally used to be giving us, it'll eventually unlock robotics, and robotics has changed completely, so I think we're going to go down this route. But right now it makes it so that all jobs that create minerals also have 5%. Our army damage is 5%, but it unlocks robots. And although we're not materialist, we are going to build some robots on our planets. Okay. What do we got? Level 3. I think you're going to do your search the anomaly here. And we're going to search an anomaly here. And what else do we have? Where shall we expand next? What do we really need? We do need some more. Yeah, we definitely need some more energy. So what I'm going to do to gain more energy is I'm going to take, so we're going to kind of go a little bit on to our trade value now. So you can see there's 2 trade value in this system, and I do believe if I build a trade hub, it will consume this one who has 6. So we're going to give this a shot. See if it works. And then of course, well, I could talk a little bit about piracy, which is a cool little mechanic that they have changed and revamped, and it's actually kind of cool. I really like it anyway. What else do we have here? We have a gateway. Oh, okay. A disabled gateway. We'll get to that later. And Off-World Trading Company produces 2 trade value. Excellent. So another one would be Gene Clinics here. It excuse me. Medical workers turn consumer goods into amenities, which we need to make our population happy, and increases our growth speed, which is pretty good. I think we're going to... Ooh, tile blockers. Oh, I don't know. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah, we probably should do that. We should probably look at... Oh, you can see here we have unlocked. So we've got now 30 population, which is good. So let's look at what kind of building we would like. So as it stands right now, we've got lots of housing. We've got lots of amenities. You can see here at the bottom of the screen, we're in the plus with everything. What are we going to do? I think we should build some culture works. So this is going to be one of those situations where we're going to use our consumer goods now that we're producing 4 of them on this particular planet. And we are going to create unity and society research. So they've kind of shored everything up a little bit by doing that. And our trading hub. One thing I don't know is if I use 2 of these, I don't think this works that way. I'm not too 100% sure how that works, but needless to say, I think what we're going to do is just leave that as such. I don't want to pay too much upkeep for the time being. But I don't think if I put more than 1 down, they stack. I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe by the time you guys get this and you're watching this, the answer will be a little bit more clear. But as it stands right now, I'm not 100% certain about how that's going to work. But our station here is almost done upgrading, so we're going to be able to see what trade value starts to look like once we build it on an area that doesn't have a planet on it. So we're going to go there, and we should, of course, we're building our trade hub. Now, the collection range should start to work once we build that. So once it's been built, we'll take a look at how that is affecting our trade routes, and we should be good to go. Oh, looks like our consumer goods are already coming down. Where should we go from here? Man, my consumer goods has got me down a little bit. I'm a little concerned about that. But we should be good to go. Okay, so we'll go back for some minerals. Minerals and energy credits is always good. So this is going to be building at 62%. And hopefully I'll be able to show you what trade looks like. Now, why is my consumer goods going down so much? Populations are consuming them. as soon as this starts to get good to go, I think I have to have 10 pops, so I'm still a ways away from being able to do that. So although we're going down, it's not the end of the world because we've got 1.5k laid up. It's not like it's the end of the world. I'm just so used to seeing anything red when it comes to my resources and trying to shore that up immediately. But I think we'll be in a good spot. Okay, so our trade hub's now done. Now if you look, you can see here, yeah, it's exactly what happened. Our trade value is 2 and 6, so it picks up both of them. So if we go to our trade route, you can see here that it's being collected by the Cathena, that's where we built, trade hub. So it's picking up that and it's bringing it back to our capital city, which now has a trade value of 12. And that is now converted, if we go to eXplormination, into energy credits. So you can see here we're already at +3. So that's the kind of way that trade value works. And as you start to have, you know, more and more empires, it will eventually make a long, huge string that you're going to have to eventually protect. Yeah, and the reason why I'm not worried about our trade goods right now is because if it starts to get a little low, of course I can go to the internal market and buy as many as I need. And this is what makes we'll do that, sure. And this is what makes kind of the playing as a megacorp so interesting, is because when I was playing as a megacorp, I was just absolutely teeming with energy credits because that's the way it's designed. But of course, I had to buy a lot of my things, especially alloys, because my empire was so small. So we're getting our first ascension perk choice here. Some of them have been adjusted slightly. Duration, master unity seems good. Clearing blocker costs. What else we got? Monthly unity and government attraction. I think I'm just going to choose technological ascendancy because the 10% is always good, especially considering how valuable some of the tech is that you start to research. Okay, let's research that. All right. And you can see here, there you go. And this is probably a better indication of what we're actually doing. And this is probably the best example, right? When you pull down to the tooltip screen, we'll just pause this for a moment. You can see here as you look on the left-hand side, you can see that I'm producing 91, and my consumed is 86, but it can actually tell you that we're actually generating 23 energy credits strictly from trade. So that's only 7 less than the stations I have around, in and around my empire. So it's definitely one of those situations where developing your trade is trade circles is paramount to, yeah, we're gonna go with global energy management to solidifying your empire's energy needs. And what else we got here? That's okay. We're gonna get him to the anomaly here. It's a level 5, but he seems to be good to go. Yeah, it was. I remember when I first heard that Megacorp was going to be the focus of the next expansion, and I was a little bit disappointed because I honestly thought that the one thing that that Stellaris really needed was diplomacy. I was like, you know, it's easily, I think, by far the weakest element of the game, and I always thought that the economy was fine in Stellaris. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was great. Oh, it looks like we lost our leader. Great. But we're recruiting. Oh, we'll recruit him for sure. I always thought that it was fine. It was average, but it wasn't going to win an award for best economy by any stretch of the imagination. It just was what it was, right? But now that I'm playing this, I'm convinced that it was the right decision for them to make, for sure. Army damage, and we've got more minerals. Perfect. Yeah, we want some more coil guns. Although, what do we got? Target Ooh, that's pretty good too. I want some better guns. Give me some guns. What's our alloys like? I think we're gonna build a few more of our ships. Another one of them is, you can see here that along with your statistics, so you got your hit hull points, your armor, your shields, and then it gives you piracy suppression. So if it is suppressing that will, when we start to develop the trade and the trade route gets a little bit longer, a little red skull will start to show up. I don't know if I have them yet. We'll see if they do. Yeah, there you go, right here. You see that little skull there? Currently, we are losing 0.47 of our trade value to piracy. So what will happen is they will start to grow red when they start to become a real issue. And if we leave it for long enough, pirates will actually spawn along that trade route, unless I take our Corvette ships and we'll just get them to move, and I'll show you how once they are in that sector, they automatically start to go down. So it slowly ticks up, and there you go. That went by so quickly. I probably didn't even notice it. So just being in there reduces them. So what you can do is you can actually create a patrol, and you can see it here as on the lower left hand side of the screen. It's a patrol button where you can send a whole bunch of corvettes, and corvettes are actually best because small nimble ships will actually deter more than just giant bulking ships when it comes to defeating piracy. So it's actually great just to have, in my last game I just had a small fleet called anti-piracy, and they would just go around my trade routes, make it all, oop, what do we got here? Okay, he got out of there. Alien vessels, what do we have here? I missed it. Okay, let's close this, please. Oh, I didn't know what it was. We'll find out eventually. It's probably in my situation log. So anyway, yeah, long story short, it was when I found out about this, I was a little upset that it was not diplomacy, but now having played this for a few hours, I can kind of understand, because they're going to build diplomacy on the backbone of this economy system, and this economy system has a lot of room to grow, and especially for modders, and I hope that modders really do take a look at this and run with it. I'm going to build 2 more corvettes, because it seems definitely worth it. Especially when you start getting deeper into the game. And you start really getting, you find one of those colonies or a planet that, is really worth your while. Okay, so we finally got 5, which unlocks one of our buildings, and we are going to go with our civilian industries to shore up our lack of consumer goods. And I believe that it also, yeah, that's what we need. So yeah, and I really hope that we end up right beside one of the of our Star Mart, because it'd be great to show you guys some of the cool things that they can do. Monthly Unity by 2. Yeah, it seems like a good choice. Of course, that unlocks better capital buildings, so that's also good. But yeah, you can really customize nearly everything. In fact, let's see what our population is. So we're growing at a rate of 1.0, which is good. And we're still 1.0. So like, it seems to me that the way it works is as soon as AP Prime gets to 10 people and we go to a disassembled colony ship to a planned administration is when we're going to start to get rid of that malice that we've had. Boy, energy credits are still down. I think we're going to go right here. Why not? I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's anything that you guys... You know what? I wonder... just for fun, I'm actually going to build 2 to see if they stack. I actually don't know if they do or not. So if they stack, I should get... I mean, should it be 12? Should it double it? I don't know. Let's see right now. I'm getting 21.5. So as soon as this second one builds, the second trading hub builds, let's see if our trade value goes up at all. Okay, our consumer goods. You can see that how easily one building can influence your economy, because I went from -2 to +11, so that's huge. Okay, so we've completed that construction. Yeah, it doesn't seem to make any sense to stack them. Yeah, not at all. So that was a bit of a waste of resources and alloys. Oh well. I guess you know. The only way that you're going to learn how to play Stellaris after all these patches is just experimenting. You can have 1,000 hours in this thing and you're still going to be learning brand new things along the way, which, I tell you, is awesome. Okay, so here's our energy credit, which is just awesome. I'm going to choose energy credits from technicians by 10% on planets. And considering this particular planet is so massive into energy districts, I think our next building will probably be that global energy management system with the grid. Till then, I'm actually going to build a little bit more to shore up a district for some energy production. Geez, with 3 different fronts, I'm almost thinking that I should be doing a 3rd science ship.
Construction complete.
Build a mining, so good to go. So aside from being a little energy starved, whoa, 10 year, that's massive. Leave it for B now. Oh, we've got an observation post. Oh, so we found some primitive culture. Cool, and they're in the Bronze Age. So this is always fun. Of course, now that tiles are gone, you can kind of, it's interesting to see what kind of jobs that they have. So it looks like they've got like some warrior jobs, scholar, cleric, some housing and amenities. That's actually not bad. Stone palaces, amenities plus 25. Wow. Once you get yourself situated on this game, you're going to be like, I wish I could build that. That'd be actually really good for helping amenities with people. So what does the race look like? Ooh, it looks like some type of weird plant race. Let's go look at the species. Where are we here? Market situation. Sorry, still getting used to this UI, everybody. There we go, species. So the Palamusis, Palesimus. Ugh, I'm terrible at pronunciation. Yo. Looks like they got a trade value from jobs increased by 25% because they're thrifty. Leader experience, but leader lifespan. This would be a primitive race that we hope to one day indoctrinate. So I'm actually going to build an observation post there.
Construction complete.
Okay, we're going to move there. Okay, so what are we going to choose for our next tradition? We got our domination, we've got prosperity, mining output is 10%, harmony, food consumption is reduced by 10%. Well, considering what our food is looking like right now, harmony would be a good choice. Wow. I love how you sit here looking at the screen and you're riddled with indecision. Governing ethics attractions, pop amenity usage reduced by 10%. That's always good because of course, but population growth from immigration. Kind of what we're up against, but of course, having not met another race yet, I think we're going to take harmony and take that 10% less food consumption. Takes a few seconds with the economy, and that's I found interesting. So if you make a decision like change one of your policies, get a tradition, build some other device or whatever the case may be, it takes a few seconds for everything to register with the engine. So if you're a little curious of why that actually occurs, that's the reason why. I think I'm going to clear out this sprawling slum because we got okay. Looks like we've unlocked some edicts, and since I'm so heavy on influence right now, I actually probably would take that with some gene clinics. So what kind of things can we do? So of course we got our, these are our edicts that we can use, of course, so we just unlocked some. Capacity overload, that's 300, that's a bit... I think we're going to do map the stars. Survey speed plus 25 and anomaly chance. Considering how powerful anomalies are in Stellaris, I think that is a no-brainer. Alright. And discover anomaly. What level is that? You're level 3? Yeah, okay, we're good.
Survey complete.
That is a level 8? Yeah, we're not going there. He's only a level 2. That's a bit of a stretch there. Really wish we were going to be finding someone. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably going to play this game a little bit further for probably the next episode, because you guys got the gist of it, right? You know that we've got our basic resources, we've got our manufactured resources, and what do we got? 4.7. Oh yeah, we got lots. And we haven't discovered any strategic ones yet. So when it comes to our exotic ones, kind of talked a little bit about trade. We know the difference between districts with the opportunity to build some of our baser resources, and the buildings unlocking with population, and of course building some of our manufactured like consumer goods and alloys. We've got our own first little nation here. Man, it has taken such a long time to grow. Oh, what do we get here? Sorry, we missed it. Coil guns, perfect. Mining station 10%. I'm pretty good with minerals. Why not build some more armor? And how's our trade route doing? Yeah, he's taking some of my goodies. Let's bring it over there and lock her down. So yeah, this is a kind of, what the beginning of Stellaris is kind of looking like. And of course, as you start to, like I said previously, when you start to really get into the depths of this kind of new economy system, and you've got several planets, including the sector system, and I know we haven't had a chance to talk about that because of course we don't have any sectors. They've completely changed them altogether. It has to do with being a distance away from your capital in clusters, and you can completely just ignore sectors altogether. Like, it plays exactly like you would if you had an infinite planet cap from the old system. So the idea being behind it is that you can control them, and they don't have their own little personal mini economies anymore. It all goes back to your economy. No, we're not going to take that one. That one always ends up bad for me. No, I think we're going to do research complexes. Research complex unlocks research. Researchers turn consumer goods into for new technologies. What's the difference between that? Oh, the upkeep. There you go. So there you go. A research complex makes 5 different jobs where researchers can turn consumer goods into research points. Now, the upkeep, of course, is that I need that specialized gas, the exotic gases, okay? So if you go back to my Planet Summit where I've got a research lab, it does do the same thing, but it only unlocks 2 jobs. So that building is actually significantly better, but the upkeep is that you need a strategic resource. So if I wanted to, and now strategic resources are based off of like a counter, right? So you can see here that I have a counter. I can actually store a ton of exotic gases. So if I wanted to build that building in particular, I could go into the market. It doesn't. Oh, because we're not a galactic market yet. Sorry. The internal market doesn't give it to you, but once you have the galactic market, you can actually buy exotic or strategic resources, which is perfect because then I can start buying it, stockpiling it, and then fund those particular buildings. So, man, all ties in together. It's actually really cool. And I do believe, do we have our observatory set up yet? Oh, he's building it right now. Because I'm actually we haven't played around a lot with the native interference yet or anything like that. Maybe we'll uplift those guys to be part of our eXplorminate family. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, its construction is complete. So let's see what we got. My observatory. Oh, we're getting 8 research. Wow, so that's been buffed a bit. Technological enlightenment. When completed, this mission gives them full ownership to their home system. I don't know if we'll want that. Oh, that'll be our protectorate. I think we'll just stick with passive. Having +8 right off the bat is pretty darn good. So anyway, this has been episode 3 for Stellaris, guys. I think what I'm going to do is, if you're watching this now, I've given you the basis of what the economy at least looks like, how it actually is going to manifest and kind of grow and shrink and organically become part of this massive system that's currently built in 2.2. Really starts to illustrate more when we get in contact with other alien civilizations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably play this game forward. We're at 2,227, give or take a month or two. And then I'll probably start episode 4 once we've established contact with at least one other race, and to show some of the different options we can have when it comes to trading with them and creating all the different options we can have for diplomatically that come with 2.2. So this has been Army P for eXplorminate. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on First Contact.